You're saying we don't need sage. I think it's just for me. I do like to, I think saging your space, doing things to cleanse. I think it's just whatever it is kind of mentally to help you like clear the energy. So. All right, good afternoon. My name is Jessie. I'm an intuitive reader. I'm gonna tap in. I've got the dragons with me, so I'm gonna bring you as a message from them. All right. He was just doing his own thing. I need you to just give me a little bit of time, okay, please? Let's see. Okay. Okay. Interesting. All right, there's specific the message on the bottom. Oh, I know one of the things that they told me is that your forgiveness is very powerful. I think in general, I think that's a general message like that. It is very powerful, but like that, they're touching on that because it's almost like it's like a buildup of like the hurt or something. Maybe that you're like, if you're a grudge holder, maybe I've been a silent grudge holder and I didn't realize. Like, I think these deeper things that were like long-term pain that it took a lot for me to work through and let go of. I was holding a grudge.
Hug.
Okay, hey, I really need to focus. Okay, love you. Thank you. I need to get the message out, so I need you to go do your own thing for just a little bit. Okay. So I think then when it's like a buildup of energy, then it's like a big release in this forgiveness, because it's almost like an ancestral release, and also like truly I don't want to hold resentment against anyone, any things that happened in the past, because a lot of this is just a lack of knowledge or hey, gotta go somewhere else. We're not being nice. Okay. All right. You gotta do your own thing for just a little bit, okay? Okay. I'm reading present energies, although it does future cast sometimes. Sometimes I do give future cast, but that's always changing. So all right, so I'm just trying to figure out where to start on this. So this Two of Swords is how do I say this? Like, it's like this, you have kind of like spent your life or a lot of your lifetime like undermining your mental ability, because that's kind of coming out in a way that like they're wanting you to continue to feel comfortable or like trust yourself in that way, that you're like using, like our Two of Wands is reversed and this Wheel of Fortune is reversed, but it sort of is like it doesn't matter because you're coming to this understanding. I mean, you probably already have this understanding, like you're the creator, but you're learning to trust that, and that maybe you've just been in a space where you've been really fighting for your sovereignty for a while. So now you're in a space where the divine is like, you need to trust your own decision making now. Like you've already been doing this for a while. So, because this isn't exactly discernment. It's not quite the same. Like with the Two of Swords, because this can represent distraction too. So it sort of is like you're learning how to, he's blindfolded too. I just noticed that. So yeah, so it's sort of that blind faith kind of thing, but you're using the mind to cut through the bullshit. So you're learning how to, you're mastering, I guess, how to like not let the distractions sway you. So there's something about that though, because they wanted me to highlight that it's like, it's something that you wanted to do. Like you want to like, I don't know why that's funny. Okay, they're saying it like you don't want anyone, you don't like when people, you don't like it. I do that too because I get mad and I get really angry about people bringing me like dumb stuff, and I'm kind of aggressive about it. But that's they're kind of like emphasizing that it's like you don't like when people boss you around, but you like put up with it or something. So, maybe there's times where the unknown kind of feels, like you feel shaky or you feel like the uncertainty of it maybe. But I don't know. I find this interesting. I'm going to move on from this. I find it interesting though, because usually like the focus is on like, there's a lot of people that are pushing the somatic stuff. And this is kind of like countering that because this is about the mind. Maybe you're just a very visual person, so you need to like envision it first, and then that's how you navigate. That's kind of what they're giving me. So there's something there that was needed to be spoken about. Let me just see what else there. I don't know. Like, okay, there is some karmic stuff always. All right, this note about rest. That's weird. That's always, I don't know why that's such a hard one. Okay, yeah, they're making the note too that like if you don't want to be, and if you don't like the rockiness, if you don't like the, like when my kid's being crazy, or like you don't like that and you don't like dealing with that, or you don't like I mean, I don't think people really enjoy tower moments, but if you don't like that kind of like bumpy ride, then you need to make sure you're resting enough. I guess like that's kind of what they're giving. Like, it's like, if you want to, especially if you're wanting to use your mind, because then you're going to want to be clear. You're going to want to have a clear head. So there's a note about resting so that you don't feel this sort of like Two of Pentacles reversed energy. It's like I just can't handle it kind of, but they're like, okay, but are you really making sure that you're taking enough breaks and stuff like that? Because then right behind that is all this fire energy. So right behind that is this sort of like your heart's like powered up. Like the passion, the creativity, the Knight and the Queen. And like, yeah, because it sort of is like this King and Queen of Pentacles came out together. I know I shuffled them too, like a few times. So that was kind of crazy. So it's sort of like they keep emphasizing that they want you not to even like put any energy at all. Like, I mean, I don't know how to do this. I'm just giving the message, but they're like, they don't want you to give any energy at all to the financial stuff, because they want you to be able to be in this like Two of Swords and, like in that passionate creative energy. So any focus on this is going to take away from that. Because like in the background, there's 7. I have to, it takes me longer on these. I know I already hesitate a lot. It takes me even longer on these because I'm still learning the cards. It's an ending, 7 of Swords. I looked that one up. What's 7 of Swords? Oh, that's like theft and like, okay. There's probably something that's gonna, because I don't see the moon, but there's probably something that's gonna surface about this like stuff that's been going on behind the scenes. If it's a 3 of Cups, I always think of like gossip because they're like a group of catty women. So it's like it's like this sort of like gossip. I have a feeling it's not gonna come out like people admitting something. It's probably not gonna be like that, but it's like, I'm trying to find out, like, I'm trying to see why that's even up here right now. Or like, why is it important? Okay, they're giving too that that's another reason they don't want you to be worried about money, because they don't want you to fall into like feelings of scarcity. That's easier said than done, but I think maybe they're just noting that because they're like, we're taking care of it. And we kind of, a lot of this stuff is hard because it's like, it's just out of your hands. So it's just kind of like, I don't want to be bothered by it, but at the same time, like, I don't want to be naive to it. You know what I mean? All right. So we'll see what else. Yeah, and then they're giving like you're like how does the phrase go? Like, you're making the best of it. You're making the best of your situation, like finding ways to fill your cup and still make your life a romance, kind of. And so I think that that's kind of why, okay, that makes sense now. That's kind of why they're giving this, like, you're in this King and Queen of Pentacles energy because you're not focused. You don't care about it. You're just like nonchalant about it. So they're like, all right, well, we want you to be in a creative space and we want you to just keep practicing this. It's because he's blindfolded with this 2 of Swords and there's all this noise around him. So they're like, we know that this stuff is going on, so we want you to be aware of it, but we also don't want you to care about it. That's kind of what's coming. That's just what I'm getting. So I'm not saying that's easy, because that to me is a task, because you might be energetically feeling it. That's why maybe it's affecting you in that way. You don't have any confirmation on anything, but you're moving through it energetically, but you're allowing your mind to like keep the focus. That's really interesting, because usually it's the heart, but like, I think that obviously like those, like you are, your heart, they're giving it like your heart is synced up with the divine. So it's like, you can just trust your decision making now, that, things are going to fall into place as are meant to, and you're just using, I don't want to say using your swords. What would that be? Like using, one more fell out. Yeah, it's Temperance. Yeah, I seem to drift off. These are going to fall off the table. They're slippery. Gratitude, that's what they're giving. You're using your gratitude to like be the guiding light, kind of. All right. Yeah, that was a little bit weird, but hopefully that was good for somebody. Okay. Thank you guys for coming on. Hey, we're gonna say goodbye. Goodbye. That was dramatic. Okay. If you want a reading with me, send me an email. And I'll see you guys next time.